That's right, it's Game of Thrones time. Hi y'all, my name is Molly and I have hooded brown eyes. Today I'm going to do a little makeup tutorial featuring the greatest palette ever made by Urban Decay. It's the Game of Thrones palette. Look at how cool this is! It's a pop. You might be asking, how did you get your hands on one of these? That's a secret and I'll never tell. A little bit about this Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette. The back of it opens up like this. As you can see, I've used many of the shades many times. It features 4 different little mini makeup palettes, and they follow 4 different areas or lands from Game of Thrones. There's Hardhome, which is icy like White Walkers. There's Winterfell, which is really earthy tones. There's King's Landing, which is really warm tones. And there is Bay of Dragons that kind of features like Khaleesi and the tropical look. Today we're going to be featuring King's Landing, and I've dressed like Cersei, and by dressed I mean I'm wearing a tank top with a piece of gold fabric tucked into it, and these are my earrings that I wore at my wedding because that's the fanciest thing I have. I've always been a huge Game of Thrones fan. Here's a picture of my friends and I dressed up like the characters from Game of Thrones a couple years ago. My hair is very short, but I'm Cersei, and my husband is Jaime Lannister. Without further ado, let's get underway with this tutorial of King's Landing. Oh my god, you will not believe what just happened. I filmed the entire tutorial, or so I thought, but my camera was not rolling. So I just wiped everything off this eye, left this eye, and we'll just do this eye. Because some professional YouTubers do that, right? I will not let this setback affect my Game of Thrones love. So the first thing we're going to do is go into House Lannister with this tiny little Ecotools brush. I always call it an Ecotools brush, and I don't think it is one. But I'm going to go all the way up to the top with this. The tippy top of my brow. Like basically I'm painting the top half of my eye with this shade, because we will establish a dynasty the likes of which this country has never seen. Tywin Lannister, you know, he was kind of a jerk, but I still liked him. I know, unpopular opinion, I did like him. Then I'm going to go into this shade Lannister Red with this flat Ecotools brush. I'm going to coat the tippy tip of it, as if you can see it. I'm going to coat the tippy tip of it. And I'm going to draw a line from here out to here, but I'm going to swoop it up. I even felt like my eyebrows were almost even today. But you know what? There are bigger problems in the world. We're in the midst of a pandemic. I'm a nurse and I have to go to work tomorrow, so this is my stress reliever. Now I'm going to blend those two together with my Sigma E40 brush. I want to add just another little, because I want to look, I actually want to even like enhance the hood today by dragging it over there. Like they dragged Ned Stark's head all over King's Landing. That was so sad and shocking. Like, who wasn't shocked by that? Now I'm going to go into this shade called King's Landing with my teeny tiny itsy bitsy ELF brush. And I'm going to go in the inner, or the first third. And I want to drag that up just a tiny bit into here so it almost looks like we're doing a cut crease, but we're not, because I don't know how to do a cut crease. Then I'm going to go into Red Keep with my finger. I know I sort of always flip the camera off, but it's not on purpose, I promise. Full disclosure, who is your favorite Game of Thrones character? Mine was the Hound. Aww. I would have faced the end of the world with the Hound, for sure. Like, he's your best bet. And he's so funny. I can't say any of his lines because I'm trying not to cuss on this channel, but I love the Hound. Second favorite character, Jaime Lannister. Third favorite, Jon Snow. Oh, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, the ending, my goodness. So now I'm going to go into Casterly Rock with this little Ecotools brush. It's stiff, but it's wider. And I'm going to go into the last third. I just wanted to make sure that my camera was rolling. How stupid is that? I know. Don't quit your day job. For those of you who are wondering, I live in Iowa. The pandemic has not gotten that bad here. Not to say that it can't, but I'm scared. Not gonna lie. And you know what really scares me more than anything? It's like knowing what's to come. You know, when I wrote in my journal the other night, yes, I use a journal. I wrote in my journal the other night, it feels like a siege. You know, when there's a siege in other countries or in, you know, like medieval fantasy, like Game of Thrones, you see that the army is descending upon other villages and storming other castles, and you think, well, that's far away. But you know that it's coming. That's how I feel. And I'm trying not to be anxious about it. So I'm just going to do makeup on the weekends when I'm not at work. Now I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to drag some of this color across, and I'm going to go back in one more time to deepen this up. I know it seems like counterintuitive what I just did, but it worked on the other eye. After all, a Lannister always pays its debts. What a great show. Now I'm going to go back into King's Landing, this powdery color right here, and I am going to highlight my eyebrow. There's a little bit of eyebrow highlight left from the first time that I did it. I've lost my mind, clearly. How pretty is that gold shimmery shade? It's just like, wow! If you haven't checked out my Tiger King makeup tutorial, head on over to my channel, check it out. Ooh, that is gold, and it's not blended in. I'm actually gonna, like, the light's coming in this way, and so when I look like here, looks a little cray, but that's okay. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of Casterly Rock and Lannister Red. I'm going to mix those two together, just a boop, 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 just on the tippy tip of this flat brush. I'm just going to deepen up this corner just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to go back in with this flat brush, dip it into Lannister Red, and I'm going to do this under eye. And I am going to drag it out a little bit. You can see where I drug it out last time, the first time. That's okay though, you know, there's bigger things in the world than getting the makeup look right. And for our last little step, I'm going to take, where's my flat nubby brush? I'm going to take my flat nubby brush, oh gosh. Why do I always get makeup in my eyeball when I do my under eye makeup? Woo! I'm going to take this little nubby brush and go into Casterly Rock. Just a little dabble do ya. And I'm going to smoke out a little bit under here. And I'm going to drag that out just a little bit. I'm going to attempt to make the both the sides match. But they're sisters, not twins. And my eye shape also is two different shapes. And one droops much lower, if you can tell. I'm sure you can tell. Everybody can tell. Alright guys, that's the final look. I didn't use any eyeliner on this look because I wanted to stay kind of brassy and smoky. I didn't want to put a harsh black line in there. But I did use this super bougie Chanel mascara that one of the doctors that I work with gave me for Christmas. No, I could not afford it myself. But thanks, Dr. Teschke. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. If you're watching this, and you're probably not watching this because you have better things to do with your time, we all probably do, but this is a pandemic and we're all in misery together, so let's just do what makes us happy. Who's panicking? I'm not panicking. I think this makeup look turned out super pretty. Shame. Shame. Shame for always saying super pretty. But I think it did turn out super pretty. This is actually my favorite makeup look that I've done on this channel so far. I love this palette. All the browns and golds and just rich reds. And I'm kind of a neutral skin tone, so I can kind of do cool looks. I mean, I can go kind of cool toned or warm toned depending on what I'm wearing. Obviously with this gold swath of fabric, it kind of helps accentuate the gold tones in this, but I love this look. I feel super powerful. I feel like Cersei Lannister, but I don't have a brother. And if I did, I probably wouldn't marry him. But that's totally fine. Do what you gotta do. But I'm off to have a little date with my husband. Maybe I'll wear these earrings that I wore on our wedding day. Also, I promised my son that we would build another story on our Lego tower. We were watching Lego Masters the other night and they were building skyscrapers. And now he wants to build a skyscraper. So we're on like our 3rd level, but we're gonna build another level today. Stay tuned next week when I do either Winterfell or Bay of Dragons, depending on what the weather's like in Iowa, because literally 2 days ago, we had like a snowstorm. It was snowing. There was snow on the ground, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 75 degrees. But that's the Midwest for you. If you want to see more videos like this, please like this video, comment down below if you have any suggestions, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.